Imagine a platform that equips your sales team with real-time accurate insights and elevates their performance to new heights. SalesMinds, developed by ThoughtMinds, brings this vision to life by integrating advanced AI with strategic sales expertise for remarkable results. Welcome to Follow Startups. I'm your host, Ankita Pava, and today we are joined by Samrat Parasnis, Chief Revenue Officer and co-founder of ThoughtMinds. Samrat is a leading figure in the B2B sales arena and the driving force behind SalesMinds. With extensive experience in fostering growth for tier 1 software companies across Europe, Samrat's insights are invaluable. So, without any further ado, let's give him a warm welcome. Hi, Samrat. Welcome to Follow Startups.
Hello, Ankita. Thank you for having me on your show. Looking forward to this discussion.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Samrat. So, before we get into any details about ThoughtMinds and the solutions you offer, please take a moment to introduce yourself.
I'm Samrat. I'm a founder of two companies. My first company, Novamente, was a sales outsourcing, sales outreach company that has been there for about 9 years and still continuing. I exited that company last year to set up ThoughtMinds. ThoughtMinds is a company that's focused on the generative AI space. We build custom software solutions. One of the solutions is a solution called Accelerate that accelerates the software development lifecycle. The other solution is a solution called SalesMinds, which is like an AI-powered knowledge solution for salespeople to improve their sales performance. I look forward to this discussion, Ankita.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, I'd love for you to start with telling our audience what solutions you offer at ThoughtMinds and what are the pain points you are trying to resolve through them.
So last year, when ChatGPT came, there was this buzz around generative AI and how it's going to change the world. And it does change, but slowly at some kind of a pace, it is changing. Now, we saw that as an opportunity to build solutions which are powered by generative AI and help customers leverage the power of LLMs to bring more efficiency and effectiveness in their entire processes. So we built two solutions. One is a solution called Accelerate that is meant for accelerating the software development lifecycle of software projects. Other solution is a solution called SalesMinds. SalesMinds is a solution that is an AI-powered knowledge guide in the hands of salespeople. It is a knowledge solution that gives power to them to make their sales cycle more effective and efficient. So imagine your sales cycle starts with lead generation. And of course, then you close the deals and mine the accounts. At each stage of that cycle, you need some kind of a guidance. And that is the power that SalesMind gives. It combines your, whatever you feed it, plus the kind of basic things about the guidance that you can give to your salespeople to give that kind of decision-making power to the salespeople.
Interesting. While I'm also looking forward to exploring Accelerate in our next discussion, let's focus on SalesMinds for this episode. Hey, can you highlight the key functionalities that differentiate SalesMinds from other solutions and share how these features contribute to its success in enhancing sales performance for any business?
Okay, so I'll tell you how SalesMind is built. You have your knowledge base, which is your marketing collaterals, product information, and everything. Then you have a CRM, which is your database for all your data and all the customer interactions are there. Then you have external databases, like maybe you can have an Apollo, Lucia, Zoom Info, whatever. And then you are integrated with Slack or any other, software tools. Now, imagine you want to curate a message for your customer. Now, it takes this knowledge base. It looks at the CRM fields which are there, looks at the profile of that person on the internet, maybe on a LinkedIn platform or any other platform, and then curates a message that is going to resonate well with the customer. That is one part of, that's like curating a message. Then keeps you updated. Your CRM is constantly updated by linking it with the external databases that you're signed up for. And the ultimate thing is basically things like negotiation, objection handling, which are absolutely important while closing the deal. It gives you guide, leveraging AI and your past learnings and your company's corporate policies to help you with that kind of a guidance when you're trying to close a deal. Maybe handle negotiations, handle objections, and those kind of things.
So, what are some of your favorite features about SalesMinds?
My favorite feature is the negotiation handling and objection handling, because there is not much work being done in that space as such. We all know objection handling is what actually makes or breaks a deal. or even a simple discussion. Let's say I'm selling something to you, you will have objections, and that is where the deal is lost. The
Hmm.
pitch, everybody gets it right. Only you would say, okay, I don't have time, I don't need it now, your price is too high. Those are the things. How you do handle that? With AI powered negotiations and objection handling, you are learning from how did the best salesperson in the team handle such objection maybe 2 years back. Those kind of things, it helps and gives you a guidance as to how you could handle this better the next time. So constantly you are improving as a salesperson with your effectiveness and efficiency both.
So, Samrat, if we were to narrow down your target market, while we understand that your goal is to deliver unprecedented productivity improvements within enterprises, could you specify exactly who you are targeting with your value propositions?
So SalesMinds is mainly targeted towards the sales organizations and the marketing organizations. It's basically a sales enabler. So there is sometimes in large organization a function called sales enablement. So that would be our target audience. We are targeting B2B companies for now, although we are also making a product in such a way that we cater to in-store retail as well. But from a B2B point of view, any company that is handling B2B customers that has to
Hmm.
make tender, respond to RFPs, make presentations, make proposals, write cold emails. That is where this solution will come in very handy.
Got it. And to what extent do you think can sales minds be customized to fit different industries or specific business needs? And how flexible is the platform in adapting to various industries?
What we have done with SalesMinds is we have created a basic platform which basically could be used across organizations, across industries and various different types of companies. What we are trying to do is customize it for them. In fact, it's a solution that has to be customized. It's
Hmm.
not a solution you can start using from day one. You have to integrate with your local databases, with your CRMs, then put in your knowledge material over there, and then you have to then build additional features on top of it. And every company has their own security requirements. So you have made it in such a way that all it's security proof. There are profile based access. Like you may not want to give information to each and every salesperson about the entire knowledge base or entire CRM. You want to do it selectively. All those things need to be customized. It's a very much a custom solution that needs to be customized.
So, Samrat, can you walk us through how SalesMinds integrates with existing systems such as you mentioned CRM platforms to ensure that all customers and product data is accessible during sales processes?
So what happens is typically our customers integrate with their CRM, and they also have external databases. They integrate with LinkedIn. They integrate with other things like Slack and all, which are used for messaging and teamwork and all. So what we do is we build those connections either through APIs or they are built in-house on if they are hosted on their own servers and all. We have to go there and build it over there and make sure it's working seamlessly. Then we have to build those guardrails so that data is being used only for the purpose it is meant to. And then we are basically able to create those kind of profile based access. So depending on who you are and what kind of access you need. So for example, I'm a mid-level salesperson with a particular territory that I have been assigned to me, and say I have these 5 salespeople. I need to know only about those 5 salespeople and their customers and all. So I get that selective access in such a way that's there. So these are all the things that would be customized.
We'd love to hear a real world example or any case study of how Sales Minds has been implemented by a client and the impact it has had on their sales operations. So, anything.
So one of our customers is a company that's one of the leaders in the engineering and manufacturing space. Now, what we did for them is their salespeople were based all over the world, predominantly in India, but all over the world, actually speaking different languages. Now, their challenge was they had a lot of data, which was actually for that particular region. And the data was scattered around everywhere. Okay. So the salespeople had to really go through a lot of things to give a particular solution to a customer. So, and they had a vast product range of different boilers and all, which are specifications which are hard to remember. Now, what we did was we did a engagement where we basically identified the key issues which salespeople come across on a day-to-day basis and wanted to solve those typical issues. So, for example, a salesperson who is traveling to Orissa needs to know who are the key customers over there, what are the kind of installations they have, what's the kind of competition out there, what is the kind of, who are the customers who regularly buy versus who are the customers have never really bought, but we have had some discussions. All those analytics were built in, and that we had to integrate, put it in the CRM and make sure the data is fully updated. And once that was done, we were able to create messages specific to the product that they wanted to sell to those companies. So those kind of things we were able to do, and we rolled it out across the organization. It's still going on because it's got a lot of acceptance across the team we started with. Now, other regions, other countries are using it. We are even now going there and doing it in a language translation mode. We have built an OCR solution to manage those kind of invoices, because many times these invoices, local invoices and all, are in paper, which are done in rural, because being an engineering and manufacturing company, their factories are spread far and wide. So those kind of things have to be there. Various languages, various OCR techniques have to be there to read paper invoices and all. So it was a challenging engagement, but we came out on top.
Samrat, we'd love to hear some names of your existing customers that have seen the results on their sales team performance and productivity.
So we're working with companies like Thermax, we're working with Chrysler, we are working with AIA Insurance, we are working with another car manufacturer whose name I'm not allowed to take. But these are some of the customers. Plus, we have seen a lot of interest from mid-sized companies in the US who find using all these solutions extremely costly. And that is why they want a solution that actually can be built and custom, because there is no license fee on our solution. We customize it, and then that's the ownership of the customer, and they can use it perpetually. And we only come in whenever we have to make some kind of enhancements or do kind of a support on those kind of solution. So these are the kind of customers we are working with. They are in the insurance space, engineering, manufacturing space, in auto component space, and there some are in the government related businesses as well. We have been able to crack that.
And are any of these customers from beyond the borders? What's your market reach like?
Currently, we are having customers in the US, we are having customers in India, and we have customers in the Middle East. Some customers in Europe are also trying this out right now, but mainly these are the three markets we are catering to. So our major focus is the US market, but we are also doing India in a big way, because India is picking up the Gen AI wave in a very positive way. It to be left behind right now.
Definitely. In fact, AI in sales enablement is definitely a hot topic these days. So, hey, have you come across any out of the box use cases for SalesMinds?
I'll tell you something. One of the things that we have learned is, I was telling you about this, my favorite features, which is objection handling and negotiations management. Over there, what we have learned is that the salespeople typically work remotely, or they work in their individual locations. They normally many times do not work from the corporate office, depending on the business, of course, you are in. Now, what happens because of that, they don't meet regularly. They meet maybe once in a week or whatever, or even sometimes once in a month. Now, what happens is there is very little learning that happens. One of the things SalesMind does, it is a central place where salespeople can exchange notes on a particular way of handling, say, an objection. Let's say the objection, this is a typical objection a customer gets, and the salesperson says, this is the way I handled it. The other person can come and no, this is not the best way. Maybe you can learn this way or something. There could be debate on that. So what is happening is, you can actually learn from the best salesperson. You are basically getting the people around to talk, interact, exchange knowledge. And that is one of the key features, I believe, of SalesMind. That is very important, because I have remained on the field for almost 2 decades, and I have seen that not beating your sales colleagues is a challenge, because you are constantly on the fly, traveling here and there.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, so are there any noteworthy business numbers or any metrics that you are very proud of and would like to share with us?
Okay, so let me tell you something. We are able to see, for example, let's take a very simple thing like lead generation, for which you do email campaigns and all, right? Now, we have seen, because of curated messages, you are able to get 25 to 30% higher response rates. That's because the messages that you're creating are looking at the individual profile of the person you're targeting, plus your knowledge base from which to extract that information. And also some recent events in the internet that you get along with. Let's say, for example, a CIO has given an interview to CIO.com saying that 1, 2, 3 are going to be the objectives for the next fiscal year. Okay. So when you are curating a message, that solution looks at these kind of inputs and then curates a message which will basically resonate with that particular discussion. So your response rates are higher. So at every stage we are able to give. Other thing is in terms of learning, right? In terms of learning, we are able to give a response time which is 10 times faster, Because let's say you have to do some kind of a response to an RFP tender that you have received. Now, over there with SalesMinds, you are able to literally respond 10 times faster because I have written RFPs. I know what a pain it could be because you have to look through various sources. You have to look through, okay, some slides say that, some data is always mismatching here and there. You have to look at security policies. You'll have to go there. These all things is coming at a central place. Your
Hmm.
speed of response increasing and the output from the response is also increasing.
So, Samrat, as we now stand in the present, where would you position, ThoughtMinds in terms of its current stage of growth?
ThoughtMinds is uniquely positioned to leverage and ride this generative AI wave. So what happened is, after ChatGPT was launched, a lot of companies started building wrappers around it and calling it their products. Now what happened is initially they did raise some amount of funding, but that funding dried up, they got out of business. What we chose was to stick to our strengths, which is custom solutions provider, being a services company. So ThoughtMinds is a solutions provider. We make custom solutions leveraging the best of GenAI tools which are available in the market. So we are one of the few companies that chose to make services as our business line, as against the get quick rich product companies that wanted to just raise funds and they were guzzling money and everything, right? So we are
Hmm.
gradually doing as a services company, making solutions which are specific to our customers.
Speaking of one of your solution, which is SalesMinds, so AI-driven solutions often raises concerns about data security. So tell us, how does SalesMind ensure the security and the privacy of all its clients' data?
First of all, there are two ways. In many cases, the SalesMinds is actually hosted on the client's their either private cloud or into their network, and it doesn't take any information out of the network. All the data is being processed on site or in their private cloud. So, for example, if they are using Azure OpenAI or Azure Microsoft, then it will be hosted over there. It's not taking any data out of it. Plus, it has industry grade security parameters, all things in such a way that the guardrails are built so no data violation is going to happen. It is adhering to data protection laws, it is adhering to the European GDPR laws and everything. Keep that in mind because you have to understand we are dealing with sales data, which is very, very confidential. So we are using it in such a way that no data is going out of your network. And as far as the LLM processing is concerned, the LLMs are also guaranteeing that they are not using the data to train the model, which is a
Hmm.
big concern for many companies. So we are not using any other smaller LLMs. We are using OpenAI, we are using Gemini, and those kind of LLMs, which are really the industry leading LLMs as the underlying engine for us.
Got it. And where is your office located?
We are based out of Kochi. We have an office in Mumbai. We are setting up something in Dubai, and we have an office in the US in the West Coast.
Oh, that's amazing. So Samrat, let's touch upon your revenue model a little bit. So tell us, how does SalesMinds sustain itself financially, and what pricing strategy do you have in place for that?
SalesMinds is a custom solution. It's a platform that needs to be customized. So basically, we implement it in such a way that we look at your requirements and then estimate that this is the price of implementing this product for your specific needs. So we do not go on a license basis. So let's say it's going to take X number of man hours to implement it in that way. We implement it and then get out. After that, there is a support engagement which goes on for as long as it is required. And once the solution is completely in-house, it's completely their baby as to how they want to manage it. We are always there
Okay.
to help in terms of any enhancements or anything. So our pricing model is based on the implementation costs that is incurred. We are not doing it on a per seat basis or a per license basis over there because it's a platform that needs to be customized.
I'd love to learn more about the people who made it all happen. So could you introduce us to the core team behind ThoughtMinds and, of course, SalesMinds, and like who are your co-founders and core key team members?
ThoughtMinds is headed by my friend and co-founder Rinish, who is the CEO. He comes with a strong technology background. He had set up a company called Rapid Value that grew from 0 to 600 within a 6 years time frame, and then he exited by selling that company to another Chennai-based company. I, as you know, come from a lot of sales experience, B2B sales experience, and I've set up a company that does sales outsourcing, sales outreach, and all. We combined his technology expertise and my knowledge of sales to build this platform together. And that is how we rolled it out. So that's the team behind it. Plus, we have a strong team, so we are the kind of people who are making the vision and what it
Hmm.
should do. There is a layer of people. We have a product manager, we have a lead development team, and there are other developers as well who are building this platform. The good thing is we have built this platform along with customer engagement. So basically, we have taken our customers on board and started developing for them, which is so much important for a product company to develop something along with the customer needs rather than building something and then going to the customers.
That makes sense. So, what's the total strength of your team?
We are about 45 employees, all based out of Kochi. I mean, I
Okay.
live in Mumbai, but most of the team is based out of Kochi. And there are some people who are based in the US working on client engagements, like implementing the solutions for our clients there.
And are there any specific positions that you are currently looking to fill?
Yeah, so we are always looking to fill business development positions. We are open to marketing, and we are also looking at people who can bring a lot of AI and machine learning expertise to the table.
Got it. So, Samrat, as ThoughtMinds continues to advance on a robust growth trajectory, could you share some insights about the key supporters behind this journey? Who are your investors, and what's the amount that you have managed to raise so far?
So we are basically bootstrapped right now. We didn't have the need to raise funds because our customers are profitable, our engagements are profitable, which means we flow the money back into the business. But yes, we are in the process of raising funds, our first round, but we wanted to delay it till the end of the year. We may just get raised something in the early next year, actually. So we have started working on those plans. Thankful, luckily, we have not had the need for raising funds because we wanted to grow it gradually in terms of building those solutions and all. So we are currently bootstrapped.
Hey, so we're almost towards the end of this conversation, and this conversation can't end before I, understand what your future plans are. So tell us, what are some of the upcoming features or enhancements for SalesMinds that you are very excited about?
So one of the things, as I said, uh, negotiation and objection handling are going to be our key features over there. That is a lot of AI analytics, machine learning that needs to come in, and of course, data science. So, for example, how to handle an objection. There is a lot of wisdom out there on the internet shared by a lot of gurus in this space. How can we use that to make our objection handling better? So you pick that up, look at the way we have been handling, and suggest a better way. So
Mm.
so it's as good as, it's like a sales buddy, right? So instead of me asking you, hey, how do you handle this objection? I ask the tool. Now, tool is learning constantly from the experiences of different salespeople and combining that with the knowledge from the outside experts. Now, you bring that together, it's expertise and experience working together. That's a deadly combination. That is where we want to take it. And for that, we need a lot of data scientists, machine learning experts, a lot of AI experts, and of course, the product builders. So that is our plan in terms of taking it further.
And I'm already looking forward to our next conversation. So, lastly, Samrat, with generative AI increasingly influencing various aspects of our lives, from personalized recommendations to virtual assistants, how do you envision the future of sales enablement unfolding, and what role do you see sales minds playing in the future?
Knowledge is going to be the key differentiator as far as the sales is concerned. Knowledge that is recent, knowledge that is honest and that is accurate and not and free of bias. That is most important. And if you combine that and make it as a guide rather than just giving me data, knowledge is far beyond data. If you are able to combine that is a powerful sales enablement strategy. Sales enablement is no more about making sure you have the collaterals, you have this, you have that, and everything. It is about making sure it is fully updated with the best resources, the best tools, best technologies, and the recent data. And that is where SalesMind is going to make a difference. It's going to be a powerful knowledge power guide in the hands of salespeople.
So, Samrat, considering that we also have plans to promote this discussion, promote this a very passionate conversation to large enterprises, potential investors, tech giants, and a broader startup ecosystem, is there anything specific that you would like to mention that could help you find any external support you are looking for at the moment? This is your call for support.
So, in terms of what we would need is people coming with what they want. For example, customers telling us that, hey, look, this is not what I want something else. That is something which is the best thing that we can get at this stage. We are not worried about money, we are not worried about getting customers, but somebody coming and critiquing it. I would love somebody to tell me that, no, this is the wrong way of doing things. I want this kind of a tool, because that is where we are going to improve, rather than coming and saying, hey, what a great tool it is. I would like somebody to tell me. So people who are in sales, people who see value in this solution, if they start looking at it and they tell me this is the way to build it, that is what we are looking at. Technology is not a challenge for us. We have been running technology companies for decades. So that is always there. We need those things to come together.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, before I let you go, I've prepared 5 questions, 5 rapid fire questions for you. I hope you are ready.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Question number
Always.
one, a book or a podcast that you'd like to recommend that has greatly influenced your career or your life in some or the other way.
A discussion between Sam Altman and Alex Friedman. Just after the launch of ChatGPT, that was a 2-hour discussion, which is there on Alex Friedman's Twitter. It's something which I would watch it again and again. And then he did it again after, I think, 6 months. And that was also equally good. So that is a really, really a great thing for anybody who is looking at AI, Gen AI.
100%. Okay, question number two. Which productivity tool or app do you find most helpful in managing your daily work?
Managing my daily work, I rely on basically a lot of that is on Google. I rely on Google tools, and that's easy to use, and that's my favorite.
Very underrated. Okay, question number three. A fun fact about you that most people don't know yet.
I'm a writer and I published a book on Amazon.
Are you serious? What's the name?
It's a book called The Assignment, which is a thriller, which I'd written sometimes in 2011, sitting at airports when I was between client meetings and flying from one city to other across Europe. So I used to spend
Amazing.
time to write a book on my laptop. Finally, I published it as a book. It's called The Assignment.
Send me the link after this call. Okay, question number four. What is your favorite quotation or life mantra that you live by?
You don't sell, you help.
A very powerful one. Okay, and last but not the least, okay, so there's a saying that, don't tell me who you are, just tell me what brands you use. So I want you to describe yourself using just the names of 3 brands.
Adidas,
I
Apple,
want, okay,
and BMW.
okay, that's a good bunch. Hey, so last but not the least, what is your one piece of advice for the young audience watching this?
I started my entrepreneurial journey quite late in life. I
Hmm.
started my first business when I was almost 40. Right. So the thing is, I feel I should have done it maybe 20 years earlier. But that time I was fascinated with taking a job overseas, going there and living the high life and everything. And not that I regret it. But the thing is, yeah, starting early in life is always good. If you look at all the entrepreneurs who have made it big, they've started early.
Hey, so one last thing before I let you go, before we wrap this up, I want you to make a wish for your startup that you hope comes true in the near future, and that wish has to be made out loud.
Listing on the NASDAQ.
Well, here's to SalesMinds, where every interaction and every insight-driven decision brings us one step closer to a more efficient and empowered sales future. So, all the very best, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ankita. Thanks a lot.
So if you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights from ThoughtMinds, you can follow their channel on follow.us/startups. Thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to feature your startup, you can reach out to me at ankita.pahwa@follow.us. We'd love to hear your story. Stay tuned for the next episode.